Hi there, this is Srikanth Dasari. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the switch case in C, which is also known as a case control instruction. So let me launch the IDE here. So I have already created a project under the name switch and written a small bit of code here. Okay. So switch statement. Okay, so let's have a small heading. Okay, the switch statement is also called as a case control instruction. Okay, so the syntax of a switch statement goes like this: switch followed by parenthesis. So this parenthesis might contain like an expression or a variable or a constant, whatever, depending upon the requirement of the programmer. So here we have taken an integer variable and we are scanning some value into it. Okay, so let's have that integer variable in our parenthesis here. Okay, so followed by the switch statement has cases, as we said that it is a case control statement, case control instruction. So case 1, so can have some code written in each case. Okay, so here so we are not doing anything fancy. Let's just we can have a small printf statement saying that this is case 1 here. You can have a message like this: I am in case 1. So whatever you wanted. Okay, so in the same way you can have as many as cases according to the requirement of the programmer. Since we are doing just introduction to switch statement, let's have 3 case statements. The second one goes like this. You can also have the same printf statement: I am in case 2. Case 3. So in the same way you can have another message here: I am in case 3. Okay, so the last statement in the switch is going to be default. Okay, so whenever the user or the program does not find any match to the respective cases, the control automatically jumps to the default case. Okay, so in the same way as you can have some code in case statements, you can have some code in the default as well. So the default statement, again we are just printing a message saying that I am in default here. Okay, so just we have built a simple switch statement having 3 different cases and default statement here. Okay, so let us save and run the program here. So as soon as the program executes, it's expecting to have a value for a here. Let's type a and press enter. So you might wonder here because we have taken a as 1, but the output is quite different. Not only whenever you are entering 1, the thing happens here is, first of all, the 1 is gets compared with all the cases here. Okay, so that's what the internal thing happens. So whenever the 1 is encountered with case 1, immediately it executes this printf statement and gets printed in the output here. So since we don't have any mechanism to come out of this switch as soon as the case is executed, the rest of the remaining cases are also being executed, and the output is given as whatever we have written in all the case statements, including the default. Okay, so the simple solution here would be to add a break statement. Okay, so if you add a break statement in your case, okay, something like this, break. Okay, so now if you save and run the program, if you say something like 1, it just executes the case 1, the respective case. Okay, here we have entered 1, and as soon as the matches, here it matches with the case 1 exactly, and executes that particular statements written under the case 1. And when it encounters this break statement here, immediately it comes out of the switch. Okay, it comes out of the switch. Okay, so again if you run the program here, if you enter 2 instead of 1, okay, again the same problem is getting repeated. As soon as you enter 2, the compiler matches with the exact matching case. Here it's case 2. It's when it's encountered, it gets printed, the printf statement. I am in case 2 here, and since we don't have a break statement to come out of the switch, the rest of the cases including the default are getting executed and shown in the output. Okay, so a simple solution as we have done with case 1, just to add the break statements respectively. Okay, so break statement to all the cases. Okay, so save and run the program. So now if you enter 3, you get exactly what you have written in 3, and the control is immediately taken out of the switch as soon as it executes that particular statement written in that case. Okay, so the same thing happens for all the rest of the cases. If you enter 1 here, or if you enter 2, it just executes that particular statement written in that case, and the control is immediately taken out of the switch case. Okay, using the break statement here. Okay, so in the same way, so this is for the break statement for default is merely optional. Okay, since the default is the last thing, so even though you don't have a break, let's comment it out here. So let's run the program one more time. So now if you enter something which is not there in these cases, for suppose if you want to enter 4 here, okay, so it should now jump to the default. Okay, as we expected, it's giving the output as I am in default, and here it doesn't matter if you have a break statement or not. Okay, so merely it's optional here. So even though you have a break or you don't have a break in the default statement, it does not make any impact. Okay, so again, if you take some other value which is not 1, 2 or 3, which were the respective cases in our switch. Okay, so if you take 5 here, again you get the same output which is written in the default statement, which is I am in default. Okay, so since we have break here or we don't have, that does not make any change. Okay, so in the same way, you can have multiple statements, not just a single statement. You can write an entire logic depending upon your program. Okay, depending upon your program, you can write logic or you can write multiple statements, but those statements need not be enclosed in the parentheses. Okay, so as we have seen in previous if conditions, if we have multiple statements, they are definitely enclosed in a parenthesis like this. Okay, they are encountered in some parenthesis floor brackets. Okay, so here in case all these things are not necessary, so you can you're always welcome to have as many statements you require in your case to be executed without having the floor braces. Okay, so now if you save and run the program, so apart from saying I am in case 1, it also just displays whatever the value of A you have entered. Okay, and one more thing, if you do something crazy like this, if you have any printf statements inside the switch, okay, those kind of statements would never get executed. Okay, the execution, the switch, whatever you are intended to have, okay, in the switch, or else whatever the logic or statements or instructions you are intended to have in a switch statement, they should always be written in either of the cases or in the default. Okay, So if you do something crazy like this, welcome to switch, and if you run your program and if you enter some data, nothing happens here. Okay, so even though you have written a printf statement which just prints the welcome to switch message, it never gets executed. Okay, but if you do the same thing of printing this statement inside a case, something like case 1 or case 2, whatever you wanted, save and run the program. If you take case 1, welcome to switch, I am in case 1. Okay, so the reason, the simple logic behind that thing is, whatever you are intended to write in switch case, you are always welcome to write in the cases or in the default. Okay, so you are never write anything within this body of the switch above the cases. Okay, so this is the basic stuff about the switch case in C. Okay, the switch case is followed by a switch statement. It started by a switch statement and following the respective cases as long as you require them. Okay, so each case must be terminated by a break statement in order to come out of the switch and take the control back to main. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.